Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. If you're not planning your day, we need to have a talk. So come here. But if you are planning your day, but you're still using sticky notes and you're still using random cards or random scraps of paper, or you're still using a manual physical planner, like, let's have a talk. Because it's 2025 and I like to write, so I get it. But what happens when you're on the road and you don't have your planner? What happens when you have a bunch of planners just lying around the place, just taking up dust, taking up space? You need to be a part of the digital era with me. So because of that, I'm gonna put you on. So come here, come here. I haven't been home in 2 months and my systems are all over the place. Now, if you know me, you know I love a good list. I love a good to-do list, especially, but where I keep my to-do list is on Notion. And I have my laptop here because I'm going to show you my screen and everything in a minute, but I need to refresh my Notion. And it usually takes me less than 10 minutes to plan my entire week. I have a bunch of videos up on it. If you haven't seen any of them, you might want to check those out. But today is a little bit different because I'm not only just refreshing my week, but I'm also tweaking it because some time has passed. And so my strategies, my routines, things that I do, the structure of my days and my weeks are a little bit different. And so I'm kind of tweaking that entire thing. So if you're interested to see that, or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're curious, you might want to keep on watching because that's exactly what I'm gonna go through. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is my planner, but this is the most important part, the weekly to do. So first thing that I'm going to do is change the date. Today is March 11th, so I'm going to call that week 2 of March. All right, so I'm going to clear all of these for a few reasons. One is because this is an old list. 2, because I usually refresh it. But 3 is because I need to update the thing that I refresh it from, because I'm going to be using a tweaked template going forward, and so I need to fix that before I fix anything else. I'm just going to the edit button here. So my morning routine stays. Reading, I'm taking reading out for a bit because I'm not focusing on that. I'm keeping gym. My relationship meeting stays. Meal prep, I think I want to move this to Saturday. Do I? I think I do. So I can have a free Sunday to just rest and prep for the day ahead. For business, I don't need to be working on a Sunday at all. So then I just have the gratitude journaling consistency content. It's important to note that whatever we're doing right now is not us thinking too far ahead to say what are all the things that I could possibly be doing on a Sunday or on a day. It's more so creating a template so that it's easier for us to just refresh and edit as we go along, because no 2 Sundays are going to look alike, no 2 Mondays are going to look alike, but there are things that are consistent throughout. So I have a meal prep day, for example. Every Mondays I have a client meeting, for example. Every weekday, excluding Mondays and Thursdays, I'll go to the gym. Like, those things are like structured, and so it's easy for us to add those into templates, but everything else we're kind of just adding as we go along, which is why we need to refresh this on a week-to-week basis. All right, so I'm going to leave that for Sunday, and I'm just going to I'm not even going to refresh it now because Sunday is already gone. As I mentioned, today's Tuesday. Let's edit Monday. I'm also going to take out the reading here. If I do read, it's going to be something that I want to do in the moment, but it's not going to be something that I have to schedule in, which is why I'm not adding it there. And lately, I think for my mind, I'm doing more podcast listening than I am reading. Anyways, I'm going to leave lead generation here for my business. I'm also going to leave the story, email, all that. Client work, however, plan meeting agenda, meeting with Shion. I also have meeting with Erin on Mondays. Review meeting notes. Yes, I need to do that. Create content for HP, and then maybe I can duplicate this. Create content for CC for HP Erin on those days, so I can leave that. And then Tuesdays, taking this out. Gym is staying. I think did I add gym to Sunday? I'll have to check that afterwards. Night routine, okay. Legion stays there. Legion for, let me change this to HP, and just in case I didn't finish the day before, I'm also going to create content for CC. Daily walk. Let me just copy that so that I can add it to the other stuff. to Monday routine daily walk. Done. Okay, so I did have gym there. I'm just gonna add. So my daily walk is just for like 30-ish minutes, and so it's different from my gym sessions, and so I'm making that distinction. Taking out reading from here. The Legion, yep, that stays. Post, yep, that stays. Daily walk goes there. I'm going to keep this as my filming day, and then I'll decide based on the content that I have. But I think this week I'm going to use it for editing content because I have too many filmed content that's not edited. So create content for HP, and then create content for CC, and then I need to do work for E, and then I need to do Legion for HP. No, I think I want to ensure that they're planned before, so I'm just focusing on filming on a Wednesday. So I need to film YouTube videos, I need to film reels and b-rolls, I need to take pictures for content and thumbnails. So I'm currently working on building a bank of b-rolls for content for my business, my personal brand, and just about anything else that I needed for also YouTube. And I also need to create a thumbnail bank, and so I'm ensuring that on days that I have my makeup on, my hair is combed, and I'm in the zone to create content, and it's like a video day or a filming day, I'm ensuring that I have my b-rolls, pictures, and stuff along that line taken and done, so everything is ready. Thursday, I need to add daily walk. I'm taking out reading. Thursday is not a gym day. This comes under client work though. Which means that work for E for Friday. Let's take this out, add that. Okay, so based on what I've done so far, we're going to have 3 content days. So Wednesdays are going to be used mainly for filming and taking pictures and all those things, and then Thursday and Friday are going to be used for mainly editing and scheduling and just getting the content out. And this is going to be the case for the next couple of weeks at least, because I want to have my content bulked for a while, so that when I start focusing on other things, then I have space in my life and in my schedule for these things, if that makes sense. Saturday, take out reading from here. Plan a week ahead. Definitely gym, definitely night routine. I'm not going to add my daily walk on this day. So Saturday is going to be the only day that I don't add my daily walks. And why is that? Because I'm meal prepping on that day, and meal prepping usually means that I'm on my feet for a while, because I'm usually prepping dinner for the entire week and I'm also doing sometimes lunch and breakfast, and so I'm usually standing for long hours, and I don't want to add that plus the gym plus walking. You might be wondering, Kimani, why does your Monday look so busy? That's because I love Mondays. I love Mondays, and I know this is controversial, but I love Mondays mainly because it's my most productive day of the week. I don't know, it usually is, and so I try to stack most things into Monday when I'm high energy and I feel like I'm being productive, and I will work from early in the morning straight up to the end of the day without feeling like, oh my gosh, do I have to do this? And so I try to stuff a lot of things, especially client related work, that they're non-negotiable, into Mondays, because the rest of days are kind of free will. And then Tuesdays are usually like catch up on what you left off on Monday, like what you started. And then, as I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I want to focus on content, but not just content, because I do have client work on those days too. And I'm kind of keeping my weekends a little bit on the freer side, especially on Sundays. Sundays, I want to focus mainly on resting, which is why the only thing that's there that's really, really important would be my relationship meeting and going to the gym. But the rest of the day is pretty much just resting, which is why I've also moved meal prepping to Saturday. All right, so now that we have that, all I need to do is go through and click these buttons. Okay, I think that should be it. My morning routines, skincare, showering. Okay, I think those will stay pretty much the same unless I'm going to walk during that time, preparing next. I'm not really tracking habits right now, but I'll leave that there for any other time when it needs to come up. And I'll just leave these. Those are mainly work related stuff. And then this is automated, so I'll leave that for right now. So yeah, that is everything. So that's it for that video. I just showed you guys how I plan my entire week in Notion, but not just plan it, but how I tweak it to have my templates and my system set up for easier, stress-free productivity, because that's what we want in 2025. Ain't nobody want to stress about what to do today, when to do it, and having to spend hours planning our days without actually starting our days, right? So that's it. If you want to see the full setup of how I did the button system, where it's now just a tap of a button, or you can edit if you want, then you can check this video out right here, and it will take you directly to, or is it right here? One of those places. It will pop up, or it will also be on the end screen at the end of the video, which you're almost there. So don't fume, okay? You're almost there. So check that video out if you're interested to set this up. Notion is free. I think there's a paid version, but I've been using it for over a year now for free, and I have my entire life on here. So I promise you, you don't need a paid version. But if you like this video, then that means that you'll possibly like the one that I'm going to tag at the end in a playlist. So check that video out. But until next time, just remember to do something today that will help you to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. Like, you know, making a to-do list instead of running around confused every single day. All right, bye.